we are, just climbing out of Atlanta, just underneath the cloud deck. And
96, 10.5, climbing 14,000.
en route to Huntsville.
696 Atlanta Center Cloud, maintain flight level 230.
Down to the south is Atlanta. You see it's under some clouds, but we'll be out of these clouds here in probably another 10 minutes or so.
5.0, good day.
Beautiful day just to the west of here. So we've got 51 minutes to go at this speed. We can speed it up a little bit if we needed to, but no hurries. Just cruising on over. If we got above this cloud, that could be a little bit less bumpy, but we'll stay below it for now. That way we don't get trapped on top. We're talking to Atlanta approach. Right now they're giving us some flight following, kind of making sure that we stay clear of traffic. Of course, I got ForeFlight here on the iPad connected to the transponder as well, so I can see all the traffic around me. We've slowed it down a little bit, backed it down to about 120 knots. Really just cruise along about 55% power for the airplane. It's nice and easy. It's a beautiful day.
Center 5120, taking it 6,000.
It's 4 o'clock. I'm gonna have to wait on somebody to pick me up at the airport anyway. So this is a Cherokee 6. This is a Cherokee 6 300 horsepower. 1979. Last year they made the Cherokee 6. The next year they changed over the naming convention to the Saratoga, and of course the retractable was the Lance. They made a couple of fixed gear Saratogas early in the years. I don't know that they make any more fixed gear Saratogas now. I get mistaken for Saratoga fairly commonly on the radio just because the designator for the airplane is a PA-32, which is the same that's used for the Saratoga currently, but it'll cruise about 150 knots, true airspeed, when I really push it up to 75% power. And if we were in a hurry, that's what we normally would do. But since we're in no rush to get home, just out enjoying the weather, gonna pull it on back and leave it nice and calm, and a little quieter, a little easier on the engine. So we're currently passing over Calhoun, Georgia. The mountains of Georgia just off to our right, and then we'll cross the ridge line kind of coming over. We'll cross over Fort Payne, heading back towards Huntsville. Should get back to Huntsville sometime around sunset, so it should be a beautiful sunset flight. There's tons of little small airports around here, just kind of dotted all over the place. You can see one just off to my left, down below me, only about 5 miles away. So a lot of these small airports really support the local communities, and people don't realize how important they are to local businesses. We just flew into Gainesville, Georgia. We were going to a hockey tournament over in Cummins, Georgia. And as big and booming as Cummins, Georgia is, there's absolutely no general aviation airport anywhere near. It's a 35 to 50 minute drive from any of the nearest airports. So it's just crazy how
climb flight level 230, Delta 762.
just crazy how lacking that is for the area. But hopefully they'll build one. They're just hard. Most people that are in the communities don't understand the importance of it. They just see a big waste of space and lots of noisy engines and people with a lot of money flying around. But a lot of these general aviation airports really support the local communities, especially if you've got like a factory that needs parts or equipment or tooling or something in time to keep the line running. A little quick flight of something in on a small airplane into a small airport can really save them a ton of money.
508 Romeo Chattanooga approach on 125.1, good day.
125.1, good day.
CVM 930 Whiskey Bravo.
We're going to check in with Chattanooga approach here.
2992, say weather, that everybody has the weather at Cleveland, say approach for us.
We have the weather at Cleveland and we would like a visual approach, 930 Whiskey Bravo.
70 Whiskey Bravo, roger.
Chattanooga approach, November 4508 Romeo, 4500.
November 4508 Romeo, Chattanooga approach, sending altimeter 29092.
29092, 450 Romeo.
November 8 Zulu Tango.
So we just checked in with Chattanooga approach, told them how our altitude, so they gave us an altimeter setting, and they can confirm that our altimeter matches what they're seeing on their radar, just lets them separate traffic. we'll change different approach frequencies as we cross different regions. And each approach center will use a local altimeter setting, and they want everybody in the airspace flying based on that local altimeter setting. That way they can guarantee separation from each other. If everybody flew just off of whatever altimeter setting they found on the closest airport, it may be plus or minus a couple hundred feet, and that could create some issues. So we're about to cross the ridgeline over into Fort Payne here. Turn it off now. And save the battery a little bit. Catch it later. See ya. So we're back with you now. We're about, let's see, 25, 30 miles out of Huntsville Executive. About 20 minutes out.
160, 1 kilo.
Just crossing over Lake Gunnersville. Not too many boats out there today. A couple. Pretty day. It's getting late though. Probably going home, getting ready for work.
Number 08 Romeo, maintain VFR at or above 4,500 for cross traffic.
4,500 crossing traffic, 08 Romeo.
Number 0 Mike November, to center maintain 4,000.
4,000. Center 650, Kilo Charlie 6,500.
650.
And they've requested us to stay above 4,500 for traffic. I don't see Mike November on my ADSB output, but we'll hold it here either way.
Huntsville approach, November 5138, Mike, level at 7,000.
There's Papa Charlie. So Papa Charlie is going to come in IFR. They're going to be well ahead of us. They're 4,000 descending, so he's just trying to keep us above them. But I think he'll pass way in front of us, so we'll be fine.
0 November squawk before and change of altitude crew. Have a good day.
So they're calling out traffic for us. We got traffic ahead of us, but he's 2,500 above us. He's descending, so he should pass off to our left though. Amazing how much traffic's out here that you didn't know about before we had all this ADSB stuff. I got all my lights on, so he should be able to see us pretty easy, and we should be able to see him. If not on here, he'll pass to my left, looks like. Go ahead and turn right a little bit, give him a little room. So here we are coming into Huntsville. We're just off to the east over the mountains. We're flying into Huntsville Executive. You can see the ridgeline over there with the towers. And Mullen Cove, Hampton Cove will be just over those hills there. So pattern altitude is 1,700 feet. 2,000 to go. And we've got on a 4-flight set up for a 45 for the downwind for 0.18. Looks like 18's active currently. Go ahead and monitor that though.
Traffic 519 at 4 o'clock. Position on runway 18.
1 kilo, contact tower.
Contact tower, 1 kilo.
November 38 Mike, contact Mr. Center 128.15.
128.15, 38 Mike.
Number 08 Romeo, no check between you and executive. Squawk before, change of altitude approved.
Change over to advisory 0 Romeo. Alright, so we swapped over to Huntsville Exec. And we'll give him a call. Huntsville Exec, November 4508 Romeo is about 12 miles to the east. Be entering a left downwind for 18 Huntsville Exec. So there's traffic that's taken off of that 18. Just giving them a call, letting them know we're out here. Beautiful sunset over there, over the mountains. The listen to the ATIS one more time.
Zulu, weather, wind, 2, 9er, 0 at 5, visibility 1, 0, clear, below 1, 2,000, temperature 1, 5, Celsius, dew point 3, altimeter.
So 290 at 5 is a little bit of a tailwind for 1.8, but looks like that's what everybody's using, so we'll stick with that for now, not much.
Executive traffic 519 or 4 Foxtrot, turning left crosswind for runway 18, executive.
Still on the traffic.
All right, before landing checklist, so clearance, we don't need clearance because it's a Aviation airport. Landing light is on, autopilot is off, fuel pump is on, gears down and locked, mixture and prop, we'll set those when we get short final.
Full stop, we have 0.
5088 Mike, squawk 01.
And I'll turn our monitor off of here. And we'll go to the traffic page here as well.
Central executive traffic 519 or 4 Foxtrot, turning left downwind for runway 18, executive.
And I got the airport inside up there. Go ahead and start slowing it back a little bit here. And bring our prop up forward a little bit. Huntsville Executive Traffic 4508 Romeo is 7 to the east. All right. We'll descend to pattern altitude, which is 1700 here. And if he's doing touch and goes, might have to extend our downwind a little bit, we'll see. All right, gas is on fullest tank. And make sure we'll bring that up a little bit here. And we'll go ahead and start leveling out here. Huntsville exec traffic Cherokee 4508 Romeo is 3 to the east, entering left downwind, runway 18, Huntsville exec.
Oklahoma traffic, Skylane 2488 X-rays, 3 miles north of the field, transitioning from the northeast to the southwest. Oklahoma.
Now we fly a lot faster than the other traffic here, so we'll back it on out a little bit here.
Huntsville executive traffic, RB528 Delta Pop, 6 to the north on a practice ILS 18, Huntsville executive, slow approach.
Huntsville exec traffic Cherokee 08 Romeo is entering a left downwind 18, Huntsville exec. All right, we can go ahead and put 10 flaps in. And Huntsville exec traffic 8 Delta Papa, I'll just extend my downwind and follow you in if that's all right.
Yeah, that'll work just fine. I'm probably about 2.5 mile final right now. It's Delta Pop, appreciate it.
And I got him in sight. 0 Romeo has 8 Delta Papa in sight. Huntsville exec.
traffic, RB 528 Delta Pop, going missed on the practice ILS 18, big Delta Pop.
Huntsville exec traffic, 4508 Romeo is turning final, runway 18, be a full stop, Huntsville exec. A little bit low, so we'll gain a little bit of altitude here, bring it back in. There we are. And now on glide slope. Alright. Make sure rich. Bring our prop in here. That'll slow us down a little bit too.
Huntsville executive traffic, RB 528 Delta Pop, departing the area to the southeast. Huntsville executive.
Alright, gas gear, make sure props, flaps, lights, back seats and switches are correct. Bring it on back. There we are. Just fly it on. All right. Huntsville exec 4508 Romeo, taxiing to the FBO, and I'll be parking it for the night here.
Huntsville exec, Piper Aero 284 Yankee taxi runway 18, Huntsville exec.
Huntsville exec, Mooney 194 Delta Juliet is inbound from the southeast 10 miles, left downwind for runway 18, Huntsville traffic.
Huntsville executive traffic, 519 or 4 Fox Drive.
All right.